So let's check out the Glue Compressor. If we right-click, choose About, we can see that it was developed alongside with Cytomic, who make really great plugins, really great algorithms for circuits. It was even involved in the EQ8 filters design. Now, the Glue Compressor is modeled after the SSL Bus Compressor. This type of compressor is less versatile and less transparent usually than our built-in compressor that Ableton always had, but it does tend to have a gluing effect, so it's really great on groups of tracks, groups of drums, mastering and stuff like that. So let's go over and see what it can do. Right here, I'm going to turn it off. I have just a loop loaded up here from the built-in library. This is from the Chop and Swing pack, and let's check it out. This is dry. So we can hear the kick, claps, and the shakers, which are much quieter than the kick and clap. Let's turn it on. So first of all, we have our main knob, which is the threshold. Everything that is going to exceed the threshold is going to get compressed, and we're going to see this needle right here moves, showing us how much gain reduction we're actually getting. So as much as we turn it down, more compression. Here we have the makeup gain, where we can compensate all the volume that we lost due to the compression. And now we can hear the hats, the shakers are much louder and more in the same area, volume area, as the kick and snare, as we reduce the dynamic range. We have the attack, how fast is the compressor is going to reach maximum compression after the signal passes the threshold. These are in milliseconds. So if we put it on very slow, we can hear the transients, the beginning of the sounds coming through. We do it very fast. Now we can hear everything is compressed, including the beginning of sounds, as the compressor reacts very quickly. Release is how long the compressor completely stops compressing after the threshold drops beneath the threshold. Again, this is in milliseconds. And we do have the A, which stands for automatic. These are kind of dual stages of release. One is slow, and the other reacts more to sudden changes. But this might not be ideal. It might be too slow for some very fast, transient type of sounds. But it's good for most applications, especially for gluing things. Ratio is how much compression we're actually getting. So this is the ratio between the input and the output level, 2:1, 4:1, and so on. And there's no knee adjustments here, like we would see in the other compressor. The knee will become sharper at higher ratios. Here we have the dry-wet. At 0, essentially, we're not using the compressor at all. And we can mix in the compressed signal and the uncompressed signal to achieve parallel compression. And we also have the range, which is similar. It modeled after the SSL. SSL used to work between 60 and 70 and 60 dB of range of reduction, but you can take this down. We'll see it also being displayed on the meter here, and that's essentially the range of compression, so we can limit it. That's an alternative to the dry-wet. So now it will only be a 5 dB reduction, nothing more, doesn't matter where the threshold hit is. Nice. We also have the clip here. So if the signal exceeds 0, it's going to turn red, indicating that it's clipping. We also have a soft clipper, a wave shaper here, that's going to limit everything at minus 0.5 dB. And it's going to add some slight coloring and saturation for everything that it needs to actually clip, for everything that exceeds the threshold. Nice. And lastly, we can right-click on the title of the Glue Compressor and choose oversampling. And this will oversample all the signals inside the compressor and downsample them as they leave the compressor, offering some higher resolution processing. But it's too important to note that if you do turn on oversampling, some signals, even though the soft clipper is on, some signal might exceed 0 anyway because of the oversampling. We do have the sidechain section, which we talk all about in a different video, so make sure to check that out. And that's it. Glue Compressor, really great to glue things together on group of things, on mastering, even for parallel compression on a return track.